All right. One of the coolest things to do in music is what I refer to as subverting the expectation of the listener. As listeners, we get used to certain things happening in certain idioms. So when you hear a straight rock beat, you know to expect the 2/4 right there on the backbeat, right? Now, in funk music and progressive music and more syncopated styles of music, you start to do things where you displace that. All right. Herbie Hancock, the song Chameleon off of the album Headhunters. Boom, 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 boom. Notice I'm not hitting that snare drum on the 2 and 4. It's on one of the 16th notes. I don't not forget which exact subdivision that's, or what part of the subdivision that's on. You look at the transcription and figure out exactly where that is. But what makes that cool and fun is the syncopation, is the throwing off that expectation. Listeners learn to expect that not only in rhythms and beats, but also in progressions. Anything that follows the classic blues progression, which is most rock and roll, most country music, almost all blues music follows that 1-4-5 chord progression, the 1 chord, 4 chord, 5 chord, in a certain order. And even if you're not a trained musician, even if you're not somebody who counts, like, all right, I'm in measure 1, measure 2, measure, okay, now I change it. Even if you're not, so you just feel it. It's a feeling thing. This is much more of an audience expectation type of a thing. And something I love, I don't do it often enough, but I think more people should do it, is throwing the bass drum onto the backbeat. So instead of just having always the 2 and 4 with the snare drum, it's sort of borrowed from reggae, but when you do it in the rock idiom, in a hard rock situation, it doesn't have that same kind of feeling like the one drop reggae does, or, you know. That's the one drop reggae, very bad rendition of off the cuff, just one. But it's where the 2 and the 4 are on this bass drum. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 2, 2. But when you do it in a hard rock situation, and look to the example, go and check out, if you're not never watched Jimmy Page and Robert Plant when they came around doing the Unleaded tour, 95, 96. They did a rendition of Shake My Tree. It's a track off of the Coverdale Page album. And they used it so that Jimmy Page could go ham it up with his theremin. He loved doing that kind of stuff with his theremin. And Charlie Jones, the bassist, Michael Lee, the drummer, the rhythm section, they maintained this pretty cool little pattern underneath it to just kind of keep things going. And what I really loved was the way that there was one part of it where Michael Lee would play the bass drum on the 2 and the 4 instead of the normal, like 1, 3, 1, 3, the normal boom tap. He threw it in like, and it just had this cool effect. Go check it out, man. It was like, so cool to me. I thought that was just so neat. So it's something I just kind of want to share, evangelize a little bit. Try things like that out. Throw the bass drum in where people are not listening for it, where they're not expecting. Everyone's expecting to hear boom, tap, boom, tap. They want to move like this. But when you just give them, that throws things off, right? Check that track out. A little something to do. All right, see you on the other side.